It's a major thing for women.
Yeah.
Like, women create their partners as problems all the time. And the truth is they're actually seeking something deeper that they're unwilling to ask for, usually related to a limiting belief about themselves.
The problem's not the problem, it's a symptom of the problem.
Correct.
And it's how willing are you to dig, to get your hands in the dirt of your own mind and dig until you can get to that root cause.
Pull out the weeds.
Literally, you've got to be willing to get in there, which is exactly the work that we do. All right, welcome back to the podcast. Yay. This episode, we're going to talk about the gap between...
Wait, we have to actually talk about that.
So, well, for people that aren't watching the video,
It's the sound effect of the microphone.
Oh my God, what a fucking start. I accidentally hit my microphone, guys, and then I picked it up and then I said whoop. Anyway, we're moving on.
She didn't say whoop. She went whoop. It was a great sound effect. I enjoyed it a lot.
This podcast could go anywhere. What a start.
It really could, and I like it when it's like that.
Yeah, me
and I think
too.
our audience likes it when it's like that.
It's a little bit less rigid. However, I do want to say that today we're going to talk about the gap between knowing what to do and then actually doing it. Actually doing the thing.
I mean, like alignment, congruence, that kind of thing.
Yes. Because when's the time to take action, Liz?
Now.
When?
Now.
Now.
Right now.
How about now? Right
Always now. Now. Just in case you didn't get it. So here's the thing. Most people know what to do to get what they want.
Yes.
Most people know how they need to create the next step to get the result. Most people know what to do. And we could put this in a really simple frame. People who are feeling overweight know that they have to do more exercise and eat less calories.
Yes.
Right? But knowing what the problem is and knowing what the solution is and actually doing the solution are two completely different things and come from two completely different parts of your brain.
Yeah. I'm really excited to deep dive into this. And a really great analogy that I've utilized, I literally used to talk about this when I went into high schools for teenage girls, was if you imagine that there's a hose and the hose is attached to a tap, and through the tap, the water is like, it's on full blast all the time. And it's the universe giving you absolutely everything that you could ever want. Like the abundance of love, of money, of experiences, of happiness, of joy, like literally everything, right? And then for whatever reason, us humans, we love to go around and just put kinks in the hose. And it stops the flow of water. And then we go, but I'm not getting the things that I want. And we've got these kinks in our hose. Now, when I used to do this at workshops, whether it was for teenage girls or for adults, the number one thing people would come up to me afterwards and say would be, I know what the kink is. Like, how do I unkink it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you know what it is. Like, you're the only person that can unkink the hose. So for what purpose are you not?
And that's the real question.
Yes.
However, that question requires you to be radically self-honest. If you can't be radically self-honest, then you're never going to really answer that question.
Yeah.
So for what purpose do you not do this? For what purpose do you do this?
Yeah.
So I know that I can give you a great example straight up. Someone will say, I really want to move on with my life, but I keep going out partying on the weekend. So, well, for what purpose are you going out drinking, using drugs, doing that kind of thing on the weekend? I don't know. It just makes me feel good. And I feel like I'm out and I have freedom and it feels amazing. And in my mind, I'm thinking, if you had a business that was actually making money, you'd feel a lot of freedom too. Or if you had no dramas in your life, you'd feel a lot of freedom too. But for some reason, they have this idea that they have to go out, party, drink, do drugs, do whatever it is to feel freedom.
Yeah.
And so they know what to do. They know that that's actually then keeping them small on Saturday and Sunday if they go out on Friday night. It's slowing them down. It's creating fake connections. It's creating potential relationships that they don't want. They know all that. Doing it differently is the bit that's difficult. And it's actually not difficult. It's difficult in their mind.
Yes.
Because the program is saying go and have fun.
It's a discomfort.
And they don't know how to have fun without those extra things.
Yeah, and I love this. I love this particular like pinpoint of the work that we do.
Yeah.
Because realistically, we're looking at, okay, what's the unconscious desire?
Yeah.
And once you can determine what the unconscious desire is, and I would encourage everybody that does this to go, okay, what's the specific feeling?
Yes.
So like freedom. Okay, can we
Yes.
chunk down on that? Because that's a bit woozy
broad.
wagazi.
Yeah.
So if you're chunking down on that, and like another great example could be, okay, the specific feeling that I get when like I make the conscious decision, tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym, and I set my alarm. And I know that that's what I'm going to do. My alarm goes off and then I hit snooze and I don't go, right? And so for what purpose? You know what to do. You know that if you got up and you went to the gym, you've set the alarm, you've done the things, you've probably laid out your clothes and you're ready to go. So you've done all the hacks and the like little ways around it to make it easier for yourself, and yet you're still choosing not to. So for what purpose? What do you gain by staying in bed?
And I get extra rest, and I get to not feel as tired, and I've got a lunch on today, so that way I won't have sore muscles when I go to the lunch.
Yeah, so it comes back to, okay, if you actually need intentional rest or you need better recovery, how can you consciously put that into your calendar, into your schedule, into your life, so that that unconscious desire of I need rest is met in a healthy way that's still towards the goal?
And that is met before the desire to go to the gym, which then means you'll still go to the gym because you will feel well rested.
Yes, and this is how you actually get everything that you want. And it's the same in relationships. It's like, well, I don't want to have the hard conversation because I don't want to have the uncomfortable feelings. It's like, great, isn't this an uncomfortable feeling? Yes, cool. So what else do you gain? Well, I get to keep complaining to my girlfriends about my relationship, and we actually get a lot of connection over there. Like, it takes an insane amount of radical honesty and self-awareness to get to that point.
Get there. It's like when people say, I really love him, but he hasn't said I love you. And my question back is, have you said it? Well, no, I don't want to go first. It's like, what do you mean? Like, if you actually love the person and you really want to love them, yes, you might get hurt by saying it because they might say, I don't. However, 90% of the time, they're going to say, I love you too. And it's this holdback of, like, you know the right thing to do. Now, we use the word right as in the right thing for you. So not whether it's right or wrong, right? You know the thing that you want to do is express this love that you feel for someone. Even if it is just lust at this stage, if you want to express it by saying I love you, say it, because that's your true expression. If that feeling's there, it's there.
Shoot your shot, people.
And then there's this like unconscious program filter that goes, oh, I better not do that in case I get hurt. I better not do that. And so you know what to do, yet you don't actually do it.
Yeah, and I can make complete sense of this, particularly this, right? Yeah. And probably not more so recently because I feel like my challenge is actually meeting people that I do enjoy when we're talking about men that I would potentially want to relate with. However, more recently, and like, I'll tell you guys everything, we're best friends, right? Like, let's not make this one a short that goes on Instagram. Let's keep this only for the podcast community. It's like, recently I was down in Tassie. My sister put on a FMX motorbike show. Oh my God, amazing. What the hell? I like motorbikes. I never thought I'd say that. So let's keep that off Instagram as well. So anyway, I like motorbikes. I really got along with one of the riders.
Yeah.
We had really great chats, like we just like that, like instant kind of like chemistry and connection, right? Yeah. And like everybody it's motorbikes. I don't know if this is common, but I would assume so. Like heavy banter, on the banter. I love banter. I'm right in there, but they're all just making fun of us the whole time. They're like, "Where's this guy? Oh, where's Katie?" Like then you'd find him. Like was that kind of chitty chat, right? We finished obviously the show. I came back to Queensland. He also lives in Queensland, and my sister had said like, "Oh, I don't know. I think maybe he's seeing someone." And I'm like, I'm just going to message him anyway. And I sent him a message that was just so, I was going to say normal. However, it was just so, it was forward.
Yes.
And it was respectful. And it was just, hey, I really enjoyed getting to meet you. Like, I thought that we got along. And I know that you may be seeing somebody. So if that's the case, it's totally cool. Like, zero pressure here. Just wanted to let you know that I was into you. And that's it. And that's all it has to be.
And then what happened?
No, so then he actually hasn't even opened it. So that's unfortunate.
Oh.
Though the key thing is that
open your messages.
I think he is seeing somebody. So I can completely respect that. However, the key thing is that I actually did what I wanted to do in that sense. I was expressive in a respectful way. Like I would never want someone to be disrespectful.
And you did it.
Yeah, I knew what I wanted to do. And I'm like, well, I haven't really got anything to lose here. Yeah. Like what's the worst thing that happens? He doesn't open it. He sees it and doesn't reply, or he says, I'm seeing somebody. Or he says, I'd love to catch up.
Or he says, okay, that's cool. I wasn't really into you.
Like, they're
But
all actually fine.
Oh my God, can you handle the rejection of a guy that you didn't even hook up with? Like, it's the thing, right?
But it's the story, and I can absolutely recognize in the past how I would have inserted a story. I can't possibly be the person to reach out. I can't possibly like do X, Y, and Z, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but why not? And what do you gain by not doing it? Because it's the downfall.
Here's the popular one. I want the man to lead.
Yeah,
I'm not going to message him because I want the man to lead. Well, that's great. The man can still lead if you message.
Yes. Yeah, I think it is fascinating. And I feel as though when you are able, again, it's the self-honesty piece, because it's like, what do I actually want? Well, actually, I would love to be in a relationship. Like, I would love to have a man in my life. And so, therefore, I must take action towards that.
Yes. And this is the thing. It's when you know what you want to do and you don't take action that the problem happens.
Yeah, because it's just that energy just builds up within you.
And you're actually fighting within yourself, which makes you more tired, less likely to go after your goals, more likely to create excuses, which then leads to new excuses, and the cycle just continues.
It like fills up your capacity.
Yeah.
So you have a set capacity and you're literally filling it up with all this nonsense.
Yeah. And when we talk about integrated NLP, we actually talk about the application of the knowledge. It's not just having the knowledge. It's the deep application of the work.
Yes.
It's creating NLP as a lifestyle.
Yes.
Yeah. And a lot of people look at us and go, what do you mean? Actually, this morning, Simon had actually scheduled a thing in the calendar at exactly the same time that we were coming in to record this podcast. And he'd forgotten to tell me, he hadn't looked at his calendar last night. He told me this morning. And in my head, my first reaction was, that's so rude. Katie's going to be ready at that time and you're not going to be ready.
Katie was late.
Yeah. Instead of saying that out loud, that was definitely the first reaction. The second, like within a second of having that very fast thought, I went, oh, well, he needs to get the car serviced. That was the other appointment. He needs to get the car serviced. I still haven't done my makeup. Katie said she had to still edit one of the scripts for something that we're doing later, not a podcast. Okay, it's probably going to be okay. Oh, I have plenty of time to do my makeup. So it's knowing what to do and then actually doing it.
Yeah.
Because I knew what to do was to just let it go. I could have got stuck in blame and annoyance and created a big argument, which would have made everything here today feel really uncomfortable. And instead it was just like, oh, okay, you go do that. That's cool.
Yeah, so having the self-awareness of that and then still watching yourself run that like destructive pattern.
Yes.
Like that I feel happens a lot because I feel like, and at like varying different journeys, right? And I can absolutely say that I would have done this in the past too.
Yeah.
Is I've gone, hang on, I know that I should have done this and I still chose to do that. And then it's sitting with yourself and going, for what purpose?
Yeah.
For what purpose was I destructive or was I just like, or did I like get hung up on one thing that was said?
Yeah.
It's like because there is an unconscious desire that's driving that behavior, which is why you're doing it.
And in the past, I would have run that negative version, right? And it would have been because I wanted more time.
Yes.
So if I'm in argument with Simon, I'm getting more time with him. And it's a stupid way to get time, by the way.
But
However,
this is actually a really great example.
Coming from the unconscious drive, right? So in the past, if there was a problem, I would have made it a bigger problem in order to get more time and attention. Yeah, instead of just asking for more time and attention.
That's actually freaking huge. And I feel like a lot of our audience will resonate with that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, huge generalization. I feel like it's a huge thing for women.
It's a major thing for women.
Yeah.
Like women create their partners as problems all the time. And the truth is they're actually seeking something deeper that they're unwilling to ask for, usually related to a limiting belief about themselves.
Yeah.
So they're seeking love and affection. However, they have a body image issue, which means that they're not willing to actively engage in sexual activity. Like they're not willing to initiate. So they don't initiate because of the body image problem. Because they don't initiate, they miss out on time and attention. So then they create argument to get the time and attention. Yeah. Whereas the root cause is actually the body image thing. And if they could get to that and actually change that, then they would have all the time and attention they wanted.
Yeah, and this is the whole piece of like your self-concept, like peeling back those internal layers so that you can actually get to the root cause, so that you can actually create meaningful change in your life.
Yeah, so it's not really just knowing what to do. That the key is actually doing the thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, see this from the frame of intelligence, and we look at it more from integration.
Yes.
You can be the smartest person in the world. and still not get this. And you could have run successful businesses. You might have run a relatively successful life. You might have jumped from success to success to success, and the fulfillment's missing. And the fulfillment's missing because you're not actually doing the thing. You're just thinking it.
Yeah.
You know what to do, but you're not actually doing it.
Yeah, and it's amazing I used to do executive coaching, and so I've witnessed a lot of people get to the highest point they can in that like corporate career.
Yeah.
And to have thought their way all the way there.
Yeah.
And for them to get to the point where they go, oh my God, I'm actually not happy.
I remember doing that with a client in a corporate role, and she'd got to the second highest position she could have in Australia. And it was a very good role. She was making, over $500,000 a year. And she actually liked her job. She realized there was no fulfillment. And she said, I don't understand, like for 30 years I've been chasing this and now I don't think I want it. And that can be quite devastating because she just knew what to do. She knew what to do to get the promotion. She knew what to do to get the next promotion. She knew what to do to get the next promotion. Then she gets one off the top thing, the thing that had been her goal for 20 years, and she realized that she didn't want it because she knew what to do. She knew how to get to this position, to that position. She knew that she wanted the top job.
Yeah.
But it was all here.
Yep.
And when she got there, she turned around and went, I've missed out on time with my kids. I've missed out on time with my husband. I've not traveled because promotion time was always around the time that I could have had annual leave, and instead I just worked on how I could get to the next promotion. I've got all this money and nothing to do with it because I don't even know who I am. So knowing what to do and actually doing it are two different things. She knew she needed to actually leave that job. But even when she knew that, she still just took a career break.
Yeah.
And kept it in her back pocket. And there's this thing that we talk about in terms of timelines. If you know what you want and you're going to do what you want, then you're closing down all other timelines.
Yeah, you got to lock all the other doors.
Like the other doors have to be locked. You have to choose a path and be focused and directed towards that path. So what she needed to do was to actually leave. And that's what I coached her to do. And she didn't want to do that. So she kept this career break thing where she wasn't at work, but the job she could go back to. And it actually messed her up for 3 years because for 3 years she couldn't decide whether she wanted to go back.
Yeah, it's that indecision piece.
Yeah. As soon as she actually decided, so she knew what to do, as soon as she actually did it, everything opened up before her and she created a great business. She actually created 2 different businesses, a coaching business and a product business. And she actually started to feel success. She got better as a parent. Her kids had a better experience. Her husband had a better experience. It was actually amazing. So you've got to know how to do the thing, not just know what it is.
Yes.
Right? You have to actually do it.
It has to come back to
action. You have to take action.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Lots of people go to courses, not just our course, any course, to learn what to do.
Yeah. What do I do? Someone tell me what to do.
And they learn what to do and then they still don't do it.
Yeah.
But they don't do it because there's a program, that deeper program that's preventing them from doing it.
Yeah.
That deeper thing that says no. The deeper thing, it's like when you are wanting to release that weight, you want to go to the gym, you set your alarm. When you hit snooze, it's because of that deeper program. And that deeper program might be, I don't want people to see me in my gym clothes. That deeper program might be, I feel like I need rest.
Yes.
That deeper program might be, I think that girl's going today and she doesn't like me, so I'm not going to go.
It comes back to something I say all the time is that the problem's not the problem, it's a symptom of the problem.
Correct.
And it's how willing are you to dig, to get your hands in the dirt of your own mind and dig until you can get to that root cause.
Pull out the weeds.
Literally, you've got to be willing to get in there, which is exactly the work that we do.
It is. And so we're talking about being intelligent. That lady was intelligent. She was super intelligent, but there was no integration. She knew what she needed to do and she couldn't do it. So intelligence and integration are 2 different things. It's the difference between knowing and being.
Yes.
Knowing and doing. Knowing who you want to be and then actually putting all of your effort into being that. And we see that in other ways around the room where we've had people come in the room and they're like, I really want to run a coaching business. And this is a client of mine from the past. And she really wanted to be seen as a trusted advisory, as a person who could coach anyone. And she used to go to festivals, and I've never been to a festival in my life, so I don't really know what they are like. However, I do know that stuff that perhaps wouldn't be valued by someone who wanted to coach with you happens there. And I said to her, you know, okay, you're going to this festival. And she'd worked with me to get off drugs as one of her original things. And I said, so you're going to this festival, there's going to be drugs there, right? And she said, yes. And I said, so you're not using them, are you? And she goes, well, I'm not sure. And I said, well, are you or aren't you? And she says, no. And you could tell that she was lying, right? And it was like, okay. I said, so you're not going to use drugs? And she goes, no. And she said, because people won't trust me if I do, right? And I said, well, that's the assumption. And I said, I think that's true. Anyway, she said, okay, cool. So I'm going to the festival. I'm not using drugs. I'm like, okay. And then the very first picture I saw of her at the festival had these really dark glasses on. And I was like, oh, no, she's gone and used drugs. Okay. And what happened was 3 of her clients saw that picture and called her and said, I don't want to work with you anymore. And she got on the phone to me crying and, you know, it was terrible. And I said, but you knew what to do. And she goes, I know, but I didn't do it. And I said, why didn't you do it? And she didn't do it because she actually didn't have enough confidence to be dancing without the drugs. And so then we worked on confidence to give her the program so that she could actually do it, not just know what to do.
Yep.
And she's never touched them since. You know, and so people focus on, oh, we've got to get you off drugs, so we've got to, you know, I don't know, stop you from using them somehow. You don't. They're a symptom.
Yeah.
So what's the real problem? In this case, it was confidence. So awareness can be this super powerful starting point, but it's actually when you actually take action that change happens.
Yeah, you've got to move in the direction of what you want as opposed to just seeing the pathway.
Yeah, and this becomes really obvious when you look at entrepreneurship. Everyone thinks that you've got to be really smart to run a business, and it's actually not true.
No, you've got to, when in doubt, go flat out.
Yeah, when in doubt, go flat out, because it's not the thinking that helps you run a business.
Absolutely not.
It's the action and the risk taking. It's the willingness to do what's required now.
Yes.
To take action now. And so there's all these smart people who have all these great business ideas and they've got huge plans and they sit and they plan it all out. And these days they put it into ChatGPT and they refine it and refine it and refine it and they never do anything.
Meanwhile, no business plan.
No business plan. Just let's see if this works. Go. And we can do that 5 or 6 times before the intelligent person with their plan has finished their plan.
Yeah.
Which puts us further ahead faster.
Yeah.
And so smart people think deeply. This intelligence people, you know, they think deeply. And that's great. But actually it's action and the willingness to take action before you think that gets you to where you want to go.
Yeah, I think it's this like beautiful paradox of success because both are like key components in creating a successful life, like being able to have a level of intelligence or access it, whether you're outsourcing or getting support or guidance, right?
Yeah.
And then being able to just move quickly. However, like anything, like if you're going to stay on one side of the paradox, one side of the infinity loop, like that's going to limit you eventually.
Yeah.
The expansive thing will be to go to the other side and vice versa until you can fully integrate both and have it collapse and you're like, great, then a new one pops up. However, it's that ability to actually do both.
Yeah.
However, definitely I feel as though so many people get caught up in the either I need to be smarter.
Yes.
Or I am smart, so I need a plan.
Yes. And this is where you have to get the insights that you have to meet the momentum of change.
Yes.
And that's exactly what we do in Integrated NLP. And I know that there's people that watch this podcast who absolutely love us. They know what they want to do is come and meet us and hang out with us and spend 7 days in the room with us and do NLP. However, they're not actually doing it. Yeah. And the reason they're not doing it is because of some underlying program of I'm not smart enough or I can't afford it or I can't take the time. Like they'll have a reason. The reason's not real, people. The key is to take action towards what you want, even if it feels risky, even if it feels like a challenge.
Ask yourself, how can I?
How can I? Jump on a call with us and find out how we can help you to work out how you can.
Absolutely. I feel as though that's like such an underrated piece, isn't it? Because it can be hard if you are new to this world or new to applying this kind of knowledge to like it's the whole concept of you can't read the ingredients on a jar when you're inside of the jar. Like, so having a conversation with us, we can help you discover how can I?
Yeah.
So that you can come and join us.
And so if you want to do that, there's a link down below. Just hit the link and jump on a call with one of us and we'll go through it all with you.
yeah, we're excited to chat.
Yay.